Welcome to our video on adding a vendor. You can begin by choosing the AP module and clicking on Enter and Pay Invoices. At the top of this window, there will be a button that says Add Vendor. When clicking on this button, it'll open up a new screen where you can enter the vendor's name. If there's a different name that you'd like notated on their checks, you can put that here, along with any other additional information. You'll want to update the terms and the discounts taken if you are using the AP module. For either banking or AP modules, you will want to note what the default expense and default funds are for this vendor. The Track 1099 option default is yes. This way you can pull 1099 information for the vendor if it's needed. You can also add any notes that you'd like to each vendor profile. When your setup is complete, go ahead and click on Save. Note that if a vendor already exists, you will get an error letting you know that that vendor name is already in the system. The new vendor can now be found in the vendor list. To add an invoice or credit memo, simply click on the vendor's name. Here you'll get the Enter Invoice screen, where you can enter the new information and update any of the previous settings, such as terms, fund, or expense account being used. Notice that the defaults I set were automatically in place. Once you post an invoice for your vendor, you can click on the arrow icon next to their name in the vendor list to see the history of all transactions for that vendor. You can also use the vendors within the banking module. You can quick add a vendor here from the check writing screen as well. The only required field is the vendor name, although you have a place to enter in additional information upon quick setup. As you continue to enter in the information for that check, you'll notice that the fund does not have a default fund, nor does the account have a default account set. Once you select the fund and the account for the first time, these are now going to be listed as the defaults for that vendor, which can of course be changed in the vendor setup. Again, all transactions that are tied to a vendor can be found in the vendor activity.
Thanks for watching.